What's up, everyone? Ben Barrows, aka Random Crown here, reviewing the $22 Mini Monday 6 Max on PokerStars. I won this tournament last May and figured it's a good enough one to review, so hopefully you guys can learn a thing or two. We late reg this at the 8160 level, folded a few hands, and now we have about 9,700 at 100-200, which is a little under 50 lines. We got the king queen suited in the small blind. It folds to us, so we raise it up. BB defends. Get a king 5-4 two diamond board, one spade, so we have the backdoor flush draw and top pair second kicker. So we bet half pot for value, and the BB calls. We bet half pot again when we turn our flush draw and just take it down. We have ace queen suited on the BB, facing a 2.5x open from under the gun +1. We get a 6-5-4 rainbow board with the backdoor heart draw. Checks through. We just bet with our turn flush draw. They call. River's an 8, and we do something interesting. We decide to overbet because we have more 7s in our range than they do in theirs. They pretty much have no 7s because we expect them to bet 7x on the flop. So when they call the turn, we can think that they have like a ace high hand themselves, maybe ace queen as well, maybe ace jack, maybe ace king. And instead of just checking to hopefully get the free showdown, we decided to just bet, to fold out anything better that they could have. And we overbet because we want to get maximum fold equity. And we have more 7s in our range. We have just like boats in our range. We have plenty of legitimate hands in our range that would be betting this amount. And they have basically none that can call it, so it just makes sense to overbet here since we have the range advantage. And they figure you fold. So now we are well above starting stack, about 12k, which is 60 blinds. Ace 9 off, under the gun +1. Easy open with only 4 people left to act. BB defends. We get queen 8-5 rainbow board. We underbet. They call. Deuce on the turn doesn't change anything. Checks through. 4 in the river is also blank. 6-7 gets there with a straight. But they bet about half pot and we fold since we block some of their missed straight draws like 9-10, 9 jacks. So we have ace 9. So it's not as appealing for us to call. Now we have pocket jacks in the BB, facing a min raise from UTG. We a little under 3 exit. They call. 6-6-9 rainbow board. We bet about a third pot. They call. We just boat up on the turn and then just check, to induce since we have the virtual nuts. Only 6-6 beats us. And then we bet small on the river to induce a raise from nothing, since we figure that's the best way to get more money in the pot if they don't have anything. I guess we could check and let them bluff as well, but then if we check raise, obviously they fold if they have nothing. But if we bet an inducing amount on the river, they could raise huge there. Seems to be the way to max value there against a weaker range. And they just call ace high, so we pretty much got the most that we could have gotten there, since they presumably just check back if we check the river. Now we have jack 10 on the cutoff. Just a fold against this under the gun open. And 40 suited here, get a limp from under the gun +1. And the small blind just 3x's it. And it looks kind of strong for them to be ISOing on the smaller side out of position. So even though we're suited, it's still like 4-2. Low cards, they could have higher flushes whenever we make our flush. So that's why we just decided to fold. Pocket fives is a hand that we decided to open here, but I think in general it's probably better to fold with the way these stacks are. Everyone covers us except for another +1 who has a great stack to ship it in, which is what they do, so we easily fold. And move on to the next one. I'll play that. Just like a raise and a re-raise. Jack 9, yeah, this is an interesting one. So Jack 9 suited under the gun, under the Geezy plus Uno calls, and the Bootin decides to 3-bet to a very small size, less than 3x, 2.5. So we are getting very good odds with our straight fleazy dreezy, and decide to peel, and the other player folds. We flop an open ender with a backdoor flush draw. The Bootin bets half pot, and we call. No real reason to raise there. We're just going to get in against, hands that have us pre-crushed. Might as well just try and draw to our straight for cheap. And that's what we do. We make our straight on the turn with the Queen of Diamonds, which puts out through to a flush. So we check raise to protect our equity. We don't want to just call, have another diamond roll out. So we get called and Haiti hold against the Pocket Rockets and boost our stack up to well over double what we began with. And now we have ace deuce in the BB facing this cutoff min open. Get an ace deuce 5 rainbow board, and they bet, and we raise just 2.5x their C bet, which was about the same. They raised 2 pre, and just take it down, and we check raise on the smaller side to hopefully induce like floats or like 3-bets, but I guess they just had absolutely nothing, and just like, oh, now we have pocket jacks there, just raise and take it down, blind versus blind. Queen 4 and BB. Do not do anything after an open and a 3-bet. Queen Jack. Do we play the Queen Jack on the cutoff? Nope, since under the gun min raised. Suited. Facing a limp from under the gun +1. We chickadee chop our option. Flop a inside straight draw and a flush draw. Just check call. Just what? How do we fold the turn? We're just not getting the right odds. I think that's kind of nitty. So what, we had to call 600, right? To win 2100, getting about 3.5 to 1. And to hit our flush there, we're getting like, we need 4 to 1. Plus he had 3 outs for the 8, because not 4 since one of them's a club that we already counted for the flush. I mean, I think that gives us, about, the right price. So I think a 3.5 to 1 is around what you would need to draw to a flush and a inside straight draw. So I think we're getting the right price here. It's kind of nitty to fold, but I think it's okay as well, because we're still gonna brick a lot, and even when we make our flush or straight, it's no guarantee we get paid. So we just make the kind of tight fold and move on to the next one. I have ace 4. But I think that's all the more reason to just lead out ourselves. That way we take initiative in the hand and, can win it without actually having to bank a straight or flush. And then we have more credibility on the river if, they call our turn bet and we decide to just barrel again. But, early on, I think it's fine to take a more passive approach and just conserve your chips and just wait for more nutted hands and, comfortably value bet. When the tournament gets into the later stages, then, you can maybe take these more aggressive lines because you'll have more hold equity. Eight, 9 suited. Just open under the geezy. Shippity dip the blazies. Ace 9 off. In the BB. Facing a shippity dip from the bootin. And we call. There's 16 BB all in. And we flop top peasy. And we shippity deezy against the queen teasy. Now we have ace queasy in the SBZ. And we raise to induce a shippity dip, and that's exactly what we get. Big blind goes on for about 11 beavers, and they have the ochos and shippity dip the flip, so very nice hand. 9-6 off, we decide to fold the button. I think that's usually an open, but I guess we figured the small blind is going to ship it in against us a lot, so we decided to make the A fold. But I think with an over 20 blind stack, and the fact that they just doubled up means that they're not going to play back at us as much, so I think it's fine to open there. Now we have pocket sevens on the cutoff, facing this under the gun open, and we make the kind of loose call. Like, we're not getting the right set line odds. You need about like 20 times behind effective, like in both your stacks of whatever they opened, to make it worth it to call just for set mining purposes. But since we're in position and to 6 max, it's okay to call here because they still will be opening light enough, even though they are under the gun and only have like 22 blinds behind. So that's why we must have called. Like, we were still gonna put them on like 2 overs a lot. Maybe stuff like ace 5 suited, 5-6 suited could be a stretch on that stack size, but that's why we decided to call, I guess, because we figured their range is wide enough. Plus, we have the positional advantage, so we'll be able to bluff them off, better hands occasionally, and we'll just be able to evaluate posts. Since we figured to have a post flop edge, that's why we decided to just call there. But again, we're going to get flops like this so much that it's not as worth it to call pre. Because, it's just going to be hard to win when there's so many overcards on board, especially against like shallower stacks, with stronger ranges. So I think that was an overly loose call of sevens. I think folding is better. And we just had ace jack here, opened, and we got 3 bets. So button call and small blind 3x to 3x. That just looks so strong, especially with that stack size behind, less than 30 blinds. Looks like they really want action, so that's why we just let it go. Button opens, small blind calls. We call on the BB with jack deuce suited. Ace king 3, 2 diamonds board. Button C bet, squeeze it fold. King 10 in small bleedy. Again, +1 opens, cut off 3 bets, it's a fold. 4 unsuited, let's just mark it. Oh wait, it's 4 unsuited though. Yeah, I think we could actually open this. I think, it'll be fine. Again, I guess we just folded because it's a small blind stack. I want them shipping it in on us where they're under 20 blinds. But I think they're still going to fold often enough. We don't mind seeing a flop in position with a suited hand against the BB, who has about the same stack as us. So I think it's fine to open any 2 suited there. Now we have the Jeezys in the Big Beezy. Under the gun, min opens, and we just 3-bet to a size that'll hopefully look spazzy, so they can just 4-bet it in with, you know, lighter holdings, and they just click it back less than 2x, just like us. And so of course we just shippy dip it in, call it off. With queens and higgity hold. Nice hand, dragon. Ace 7. And the small blind facing out. Another +1 open. Fold. Now we have ace queen on the button. And then +1 opens. Cut off calls. We just ship it in. Like 27 blinds and take it down. And with that, we will conclude the first part of the $22 Mini Monday 6-Max hand history review. Hope you guys learned a thing or two, and hope to see you back for part 2.